The Gap of Time by Jeanette Winterson. Read by Penelope Rawlins, Mark Bazeley, and Ben Onwukwe.
Past 50, we learn with surprise and a sense of suicidal absolution that what we intended and failed could never have happened, and must be done better. For Sheridan, Robert Lowell.
The original. The place. The play opens in Sicilia, one of Shakespeare's many fantasy islands. The time, invented. The story. Polixenes, king of Bohemia, has been staying with his childhood friend, Leontes, king of Sicilia, for the past 9 months. Polixenes wants to go home. Leontes tries and fails to persuade him to stay. Leontes' pregnant wife Hermione intervenes, and Polixenes agrees to stay a little longer. But Leontes believes that Polixenes and Hermione are having an affair, and the child she will soon give birth to belongs to Polixenes. Leontes calls his manservant Camillo and orders him to poison Polixenes. Instead, Camillo warns Polixenes that Leontes intends to murder him. Polixenes escapes, taking Camillo with him. Leontes is enraged at the escape and immediately and publicly accuses his wife of infidelity. He throws her in prison, deaf to the protests of the entire court, especially the noblewoman Paulina, the only person brave enough to stand up to Leontes. Leontes hates the fact that no one believes his mad, vile denunciations of Hermione, and to avoid being called a tyrant, he sends an envoy to consult the oracle at Delphi. Meanwhile, Hermione gives birth to a daughter. Leontes disowns the child as a bastard and decrees her death. Paulina brings the child in to Leontes, hoping it will soften his rage. Instead, he threatens to dash out its brains. Not quite able to face down Paulina, he agrees that the child can be taken to some remote place and cast out to fortune. Paulina's husband, Antigonus, must do the deed. While Antigonus is gone, Leontes brings Hermione to trial, humiliating her in front of the royal court. The more he abuses her, the more dignified she seems, remarkable by her composure and her steady denial of his madness. In the middle of this kangaroo court, the oracle is brought back from Delphi. The oracle declares that Leontes is a jealous tyrant, that Hermione and Polixenes are innocent, that the baby is innocent, and that Leontes will have no heir until the lost child is found. Leontes flies into a frothing rage and declares the oracle a lie. As he does so, a messenger runs in to tell him that young Mamilius, his only son, is dead. Hermione collapses. Leontes repents. It is too late. The queen is dead. The place, Bohemia, now part of the Czech Republic. It has never had a seacoast. The story. Antigonus leaves the baby Perdita on the shores of Bohemia, with money and some tokens of her birth, and tries to get away before the breaking storm. His ship capsizes. Antigonus is killed in the world's most famous stage direction, Exit Pursued by a Bear. The local rogue Autolycus notices everything but does nothing, other than pick a pocket or two, as Perdita is found by a poor shepherd and his dim-witted son, Clown. They take pity on the baby and bring her up as their own. The time, 16 years later. Prince Florizel, son of Polixenes, has fallen in love with Perdita. He believes she is a shepherd's daughter. The scene is set at a joyful party, the sheep-shearing festival where our shepherd and his son, the clown, are rich, thanks to the money they found wrapped up with Perdita. Florizel is pretending to be an ordinary guy, not a rich prince. Impulsively, he offers to marry Perdita, and asks 2 older strangers to bear witness. The strangers turn out to be his father Polixenes and Camillo in disguise. While Perdita and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?